calculation. The language wasn't frantic or confused. It was calm, directive, often mimicking authority. It was that control, decisive and detached, that prosecutors said crossed the legal boundary into reckless indifference. Her defense maintained she only echoed his despair, that she too was unstable and lonely, still a child herself. But the state insisted her repetition of encouragement even after his doubts demonstrated intent. The trial divided public opinion. Many saw a teenager overwhelmed by mental illness, not a criminal mastermind. Others saw deliberate manipulation, sustained over weeks disguised as concern. Reporters described her demeanor as motionless. She sat at the defense table, her expression unreadable, often staring straight ahead, as witnesses read the most intimate details of her relationship. That blankness became a focal point. Was it shock or lack of remorse? Psychologists debated whether she acted from dependency or from the exhilaration of control. When the judge delivered the verdict, the courtroom remained still. Michelle Carter was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter under common law, principles of causation and recklessness. Her sentencing, 15 months of incarceration and subsequent probation, marked a precedent-setting moment. The court determined that her words, not her presence, constituted criminal negligence capable of causing death. For the first time, language itself was recognized as potential conduct in the eyes of the law. The aftermath reverberated far beyond Massachusetts. Legal scholars called it the first case to criminalize psychological manipulation detached from physical action. It forced jurists, legislators, and digital users to confront a harsh reality. Communication in the modern age carries new forms of risk, especially when one person's influence consumes another's will. The case closed a gap between moral and legal responsibility, defining a boundary for an era when relationships unfold through screens. Michelle Carter's conviction also reshaped how prosecutors viewed virtual coercion. Text once dismissed as casual communication gained evidentiary weight comparable to fingerprints or DNA. The ruling suggested that intent could live inside conversation, that tone and timing could function as a map of moral agency. For victims' advocates, it was a moment of accountability, the recognition that invisible violence still leaves real casualties. From that day, the idea of words as weapons became more than metaphor. It became legal doctrine. And from the quiet glow of a phone screen, we moved to a different battlefield entirely, where obsession no longer hides behind messages, but manifests face-to-face. Shayna Hubers and Ezra McCandless. When love turns to fixation,